it is this time of year again. Christmas is coming and everything seems to slow down for a bit. I'm not religious by any means, but I do live in a very Christian country, so why not take a bit for a small recap? Time to rethink, refocus on what I've done so far this year, and what to do in my near future. Vicky says, motivation is an internal state that propels individuals to engage in goal-directed behavior. It is often understood as a force that explains why people or animals initiate, continue, or terminate a certain behavior at a particular time. It is a complex phenomenon and its precise definition is disputed. It contrasts with amotivation, which is a state of apathy or listlessness, or as Roxanne Pink calls it in her book Small Talk, notivation. Motivation, such an aggravation. Recently, I watched a video from Matt on why not to call him Mr. Motivator. I'm not a full-time YouTuber like him, not by any stretch of the imagination. Well, I mean, I haven't uploaded for a while. This year, instead, I took a turn and dipped my toes into the world of art. I started out by developing this upcycling project out of old Bundeswehr hand lamps that were used from the 1960s until the late 90s, I believe. I found some even being still made in 1988 with just minute changes throughout the decades. It was fascinating to me to have a look inside all of these lamps as their history was clearly visible. Every lamp has its own story to tell through its lifespan. Some were kinda loved and repaired professionally, others came distressed. I really loved to work on these as I could emphasis on their individual history by deriving the philosophy behind kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing things of everyday use with gold, but in pink. I've also built other light sculptures and had a small art show in my studio. But I digress.
It'd be all too easy to sit drinking tea and watching YouTube videos.
As a self-employed creative dude, I know his mentioned struggle to keep on going day by day. And like him, I also like to go out for a walk, even during winter months.
Distracting me, Keith.
I also like to travel to near cities by train and pet some animals on the way. And living in Hamburg, I just love visiting water wherever I can find it. Accusations, don't know how to take them. I find it sad that these moments of cleansing aren't really seen as being part of the work of creative people. You need to be in the right mood to come up with a brilliant idea and have enough energy for the next burst of inspiration struck workload. Somehow, only the daily grind of the same task, day by day, gets acknowledged by society. So, why can't I take a few days off at random, go on a trip and then deliver dang good work thereafter? And I know I totally suck at telling stories, sorry for that. I think otherwise I had more views on this channel, thus I bought myself this book by Blake Snyder. Of course I haven't read it yet, I only have it for a year or so, others are even longer on my to-read pile. Inspirations, getting hard to fake it. I feel often privileged to have something of a studio I can do my work in. Inspiration sometimes comes in weird ways, like this time. Someone gave me this power supply module to build your own benchtop power supply, and I just gathered all needed things that I had lying around anyways. Sometimes I have to go through old bins from my deep storage, but I tend to find what I need most of the times. I know I could easily purchase one for $50 or so, but what is the fun in that? What better way to preserve that motivation and build something to keep myself going, like Matt did in his video on not calling him Mr. Motivation. And when inspiration strikes, I can always go into my shop and... wow, what a mess. I need to fix that. Of course, I allow myself to get messy from time to time during a project, but afterwards my shop and other work surfaces need to be cleaned. I need my spaces ready in order to preserve that rare hitting moments of true inspiration. It gets often lost during moments like these. That's better now. Oh, and by the way, do you remember my spray tent? This is what it evolved into. The boxed fans are now in a bigger box. The filter's fixed onto it with a frame. I got this sturdy Lazy Susan in use, and I've got these panels meant for greenhouses to size. It is nicely foldable and fits right under my workbench behind my trash can. And put this platform there for the boxed fans. So, why don't we just turn it on and paint something? I must admit I haven't got much footage of building this, and I didn't intend to show it off, but it feels fitting right now. It was a bit of procrastination for me. I think the most important part of this is to keep on rolling, as it tends to get harder restarting your engine. And if you're still going, you just need to turn around in order to change directions.
Move in, move out, hands up, no hands down, back up, tell me what you gonna do now, breathe in, no breathe out, hands up, no hands down, back up, tell me what you gonna do now, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling.
What do you say? Do you like this look, preserving this case's heritage and highlighting the changes needed to become a voltage-regulated benchtop power supply? It's a bit loud, isn't it? Concentration, never hard to break it. On Wikipedia it also says, motivational states are characterized by their direction, intensity, and persistence. The direction of a motivational state is shaped by the goal it aims to achieve. Intensity is the strength of the state and affects whether the state is translated into action and how much effort is employed. Persistence refers to how long an individual is willing to engage in an activity. Motivation is often divided into two phases. In the first phase, the individual establishes a goal, while in the second phase, they attempt to reach this goal. Well, what can I say? I'm a very talented dreamer. I can come up with brilliant plans and ideas. I'm the ideal ping-pong partner to throw around solutions for ongoing problems, and I can find the bigger picture, but I am very bad at the second part of this ordeal. So, how about tackling all my gathered project spins next year and taking you along with it? Maybe this provides a good amount of needed pressure from outside, showing you my creative thinking and how I like to do stuff. I hope that helps me to follow through, keep on going, and keeping focus. And having a productive feeling year, that's the most important part. Situation, never what you want it to be. So, when should I start? Now is always the perfect time. And no situation will ever be perfect when you keep waiting for them. And don't forget,
Nein, wirklich. Oh mein Gott. Ja, da war ich wirklich so krass.
man, I hope my motivation doesn't keep getting stuck as trains trying to get to Hamburg.